Hey everyone, welcome. Christmas came early for my Gen8 microserver from HP. It has 6GB DDR3 ECC RAM at the moment, and that's not going to cut it for me. So I bought a 8GB DDR3 ECC memory from Micron, from another tweaker of a Dutch community site, and he says this will work with a Gen8 microserver. Should be a 1866 MHz module, 8GB. So we're going to see if this will work in our server. So this is the module I bought from him. It's a MT18 blah blah blah. Yeah, I will put the number in the video description. So I bought this memory module from him. There's nothing much to say about this. It's an ECC unregistered, unbuffered DIMM, and it should be compatible with the server. Though this runs on 1866 MHz, it will be downclocked to 1600 as the CPU and the motherboard run at 1600 MHz. I'm going to install this in my Gen8, and at first I will just leave this module in, do a mem test on this module so I'm sure this is 100% working, and after that I will try to combine this with the 4GB ECC HPE memory I have installed in this right now. Just going to get started. As I said, at first I will check it with memtest to see if it has no errors, because you don't want that on the server. And also what I said, the memory that is installed right now is HPE certified memory. The 4GB module came with this server. The other 2GB I borrowed from Chevy. So this one is no HPE memory, but we'll have to see if it works. So I will get both modules out. So that's the first one and the second one. Put one back. And this is all there is to it. I will reconnect the server and yeah, I will record the rest with my webcam. So be back in a sec. So I've installed the RAM and fired up ILO, as you can see in the background. I have actually no idea if it will work, so we're just going to power it on. And yeah, let's see how it goes from there. We'll run memtest if it recognizes the memory. So let's see, overview, Java. Continue, yes please. So, okay, minimize this, power on this thing. Now powering on. Maybe you will hear the fans. I think not, but I'm going to boot from USB. I have a custom-made USB stick, and on there is memtest in Hiren's boot. It's not going well. Doing a little power cycle. Okay. Was just initialization, so nothing to worry yet. And we're going to choose Hiren's boot. And then we are going to fire up memtest. And I will not record the whole test. I will just give it one pass, and the rest I leave it up to ILO. So as I said, I bought this RAM from another community member of a Dutch technology website. He tested it, he says it works fine with the Gen8 microserver in combination with the Xeon E3. I'm just going to give this one pass, and then I will try to combine the other 4GB RAM module with this one, and hopefully they like each other. I have to see how that turns out. Okay, so As you can see, I've run memtest for 48 minutes now. All seems good. So what I'm going to do now is power off the server, install this memory module, the 4 GB one, next to the 8 GB memory module, and see if they accept each other. Okay, so installed the 4 GB memory module, and let's power this thing back on. Just going to let it boot Hyper-V for me. Look, in the background we can already see. Okay, so this is a good example. HPE memory, so the original one of course was the HPE Smart Memory, and the Micron module isn't, so that's one's saying no, and the other one saying HPE Smart Memory. So we have a 4 GB module and an 8 GB module, makes it a total of 12 GB. Should be more than enough for me at this moment. I would like to go to 16 GB, but ECC DDR3 unregistered unbuffered RAM is quite expensive at the moment. My plan was to go for Kingston memory, and that one was new, I believe 100 or 110 euros per module. I went with this one. I paid 50 euros for this, and it seems to be working fine. So it's a little early Christmas present for my Gen 8 microserver. So as I said, the next thing I will upgrade is another 8 GB module, and then I should have enough for my Feed the Beast server. TeamSpeak server is already running on this, on the Ubuntu server, and I want to install some more servers on it. And yeah, for that we need RAM as much as we can. But this server, I believe, will only support 16 GB as a maximum. So 2 times 8 GB will be the max. And it will be more than enough for me. So with that being said, and it's all working now, I wanted to show you something else, because there are a couple of things I'm working on at the moment, and one of them is still the high availability manager from Synology. Some people ask me if I could make this work with virtual machines, and I said I will give it a try and also make a video of it. Last week I spent several hours trying to configure 2 virtual machines, trying to communicate with each other through a direct virtual LAN connection, and at this moment I haven't got it to work, but I'm still experimenting with this, so maybe I will get this to work. I hope so, it would be really cool. So as you can see, I've installed 2 virtual machine Exponology builds, and I gave them 2 network cards. The first network card is configured as NAT, and for the second one I've created a LAN segment, named it LAN 2. It's not that special, just a LAN segment, and you can connect 2 virtual machines to each other in the same segment. So like you would have with physical computers, just a crossover cable connected to both of them. I will boot it up because they will communicate with each other. They will just not make the handshake for the high availability manager. So I'm going to power this one on, going to power this one on, and let them both boot. Okay, it found both virtual NAS systems. Nice. The first LAN adapter of both NAS systems are configured with a static IP address, and the second is on DHCP, as it should be for high availability. So let's connect to the first one. Okay. Okay, and the second one. Okay, second one logging in. Yes. Okay. So we have both NAS systems, and the first one, let's have a look at the network settings. As you can see, 2 LAN adapters, and I've also configured the bootloader with the MAC addresses, did all that stuff. The first LAN adapter is configured with a static IP, and the second LAN adapter is configured with a DHCP. And it's getting a strange address, but that's quite common. Okay, so that's with the first NAS. Also did the same with the second NAS. And let's have a look at those network settings. Network interface LAN 1, DHCP no, and LAN 2 DHCP, yes, also with a strange address. Okay, so if we go back to NAS 1 and we're firing up High Availability Manager, if you're going to click on the Create HE cluster and going to click on Next, and I fill in the IP address of the second NAS, it will be 21, it will be on port 5000. And we click on Next, it will try to make some communication with my second NAS system. It found my second NAS system. No, thank you. It says, okay, you can use LAN 2 for this. Okay, so we're going to choose LAN 2. We click on Next. Now it's going to check the heartbeat connection, and this is where it fails. The passive server cannot be detected using this interface. So that is not working. But when I go to the second server, and we're going to add this one in a VLAN, I'm going to try it again. It recognized it is configured in a VLAN. So they can communicate with each other, but it's not working. And what I found on the internet was that you, as I said before, need real MAC addresses from actual Synology servers. I've tried this also with a bare metal setup, 2 physical machines, configured them exactly the same, because that's also a thing. They must be identical to each other, and also configured them with 2 network cards. Haven't got that one working either, but I will not stop at this moment. I will just try and get this to work. If I do, I will make a video for this, I promise. That is one thing I'm working on right now. And the next thing that's on my list is this, Nextcloud, for creating your own cloud server. For myself, I'm planning to use it with my iPhone, my iPad and my MacBook. That's kind of the idea. So I'm just going to give this a try, and I will make a video for this as well. And I will do the video with Chevy. Yeah, once we have this running, there will be a video for it coming up. And the plan is to have the video up this year. So yeah, I'm very excited. Will be fun. And let's have a look at Hyper-V. I haven't done that. And let's see if the virtual machines can still start. This is the NAS. This is the Windows VM, and this is the Ubuntu server. Well, they all seem to be running, so I think we're all good now. For now, I will leave it at this. If you have any comments, suggestions, maybe some advice, please leave them down in the comment section. If you want to see more of our videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye!